After almost 20 years, it has finally happened. Apple Podcasts, the originator of the word podcasting, introduced by Steve Jobs in 2005, has actually lost the crown as the #1 podcast listening app. According to the latest data from Cumulus Media, YouTube is now the #1 podcast listening platform, with Spotify in second and Apple Podcast in third place. This actually has huge ramifications for podcast creators, whether you're starting a new show, wondering whether to add video, or you have a long-standing audio-only podcast. In a moment, I'm going to give you 5 key reasons, while whichever situation you're in, it's time to consider adding video to your show. Over the last few years, Apple Podcasts has been decreasing in popularity as a podcast consumption app. Now the latest data from Cumulus Media shows that the #1 podcast consumption platform is YouTube. When asked where they consume podcasts, 31% of respondents said YouTube, 21% said Spotify, and only 12% said Apple Podcasts. And it's clear that more and more of the podcast audience is looking for video. So should you make the pivot? Well, here are the 5 reasons, and the 5th one will hopefully give you a head start that makes it even easier to add video to your show. #1, more discovery happens on YouTube when it comes to podcasts, especially when you're looking at younger generations. This data, which comes from Edison Research and Cumulus Media, says 40% of podcast newcomers prefer podcasts with video. And looking at younger generations, 84% of Gen Z monthly podcast listeners have listened to or watched podcasts with video. But what's even more shocking is that 84% of Gen Z monthly podcast listeners discovered a podcast on YouTube. Now, for those of you who really just want to stay with an audio-only podcast, there's great tools for that too, and even to promote your show, and I'll get to that in a second. But it's clear, discovery is happening on YouTube and Spotify, and the medium that's helping is video. Plus, the platforms like YouTube and Spotify are building more and more tools specifically for creators to make it easier to get your show on those platforms. And just to share my own experience, I started a podcast 9 months ago in January 2024, and over the last 9 months, you'll see that almost half of the audience is coming from those video views on YouTube, over 101,000 views compared to 120,000 audio downloads. Now, even if it was just audio downloads at that number, that would be good, but a lot of my listeners who communicate directly said they discovered the show on YouTube. And again, this is not to say don't do the audio version of your podcast. The key is to do both. Be on discovery platforms like YouTube and continue that audio RSS feed as well. #2, having a video component allows you to promote your podcast with video clips way more effectively. If you want to be on TikTok, Instagram Reels, and anywhere where short-form video exists, having video makes a huge difference. Yes, you can create audiograms with animated captions and images, but if you're looking to create engaging content with a possibility to go viral, which has made a huge impact on some podcasts, having that video component is key. In a moment, I'll tell you about some incredible AI tools that helps you create this short-form content in seconds, but you'll see from hundreds to thousands of views, these short-form vertical videos that are on YouTube Shorts, Reels, or TikTok will be a lot of people's first exposure to your show. So having video will help your discovery, especially on platforms like YouTube. You'll be able to create more engaging vertical videos to promote your show. And #3, video is not just on YouTube, but Spotify has made it even easier for creators to add video to their episodes. Now, no matter where you host the audio RSS feed for your podcast, you can log into the Spotify for Podcasters dashboard, claim ownership of your show via email, and then upload video for every episode right in the Spotify for Podcast dashboard. So now when you create that video component, not only is it on YouTube, but also on Spotify. And again, I'll say from personal experience, we started adding video to our episodes here in June when the feature became available, and you'll see the overall consumption of the podcast has increased just in the last couple months. #4, let's talk about monetization. Oftentimes when you do an audio-only show, sponsors will only consider buying ads when you're at that 10,000 download per episode or higher number. And it's a very competitive ad landscape right now, so it's difficult, especially for new shows or growing shows, to find those sponsors. But if you have your show on YouTube, you can monetize with just 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And thankfully, if you have longer podcasts, say an hour or so, you'll be able to reach those minimum requirements pretty fast. Now, you won't be earning a ton of money right away, but depending how fast your show grows, it is one of the best ways to quickly and easily monetize your content. And #5, why should you add video to your podcast? Because Riverside makes it easy. I've recorded every episode of my podcast on Riverside using video, and I do all the editing here as well. Just to give you an idea, here was our latest episode, and Riverside has incredible AI features to expedite the process, like generate show notes using AI. There, I quickly get a summary, and these keywords are perfect to paste in the tag box when you upload to YouTube. You also get possible titles, sound bites, and chapters, all here generated for you. And every time you record with Riverside, you get high quality video and audio that you can download individual tracks. But I actually edit everything right here in the Riverside editor. You can edit your content as easily as you edit a Word document. Just select words, sentences, or paragraphs, click delete, and you've edited your video and audio. Plus, you get a full transcript every time you record with Riverside, so you can just search for a term, and then jump to all the instances of that term so you can make quick edits or pull clips. Riverside also makes it easy to share your screen or play video and audio files while you record, and the Riverside editor puts it all together like this. If you want to create a vertical clip from your content, one click and we've reformatted everything to a 9:16 vertical video. Change the layout or hide some tracks, and in just a couple clicks you get it looking exactly how you'd like. Plus we have even more AI tools to remove silences, and not just all silences, but the perfect amount of silence. We tell you how many pauses and seconds it will save. Remove all filler words just by clicking our smooth speech tool. Mute tracks when someone's not speaking to cut down on background noise. And you can even apply magic audio, which uses AI to make any microphone sound studio quality. Let's go back into 16:9 widescreen for YouTube, and we can add animated captions with just a click. Then after that, we can use image overlays, search royalty-free images right here in the Riverside editor to fill the frame, add text overlays, which will pull from the chapter markers or customize it to say whatever you'd like. And Riverside also auto-generates chapters here in the timeline, which then you can copy and paste into the YouTube description to generate chapters there. Once you've made all your edits, you can export this in up to 4K video quality and then upload this video file to YouTube and Spotify. Riverside also has a powerful Magic Clips feature, and Riverside will create multiple vertical clips from your long-form content in just a few seconds. They'll be under a minute, so you can upload it to TikTok, Reels, and YouTube Shorts. Then you can jump in, customize it even further, and you're ready to share these in just a few moments. And if you're not ready to record video, but you still want to record high-quality audio and create audiograms of your content, Riverside is perfect for that too. Let's say you recorded an audio-only podcast. Well, you still get that transcript and text-based editing, but now we can add background images to this audiogram, lots of built-in images, or you can upload your own. Let's also add the logo of our show. We can align it right in the middle. We'll add those animated captions. We can change the background color, set it apart from our background image, and we can still use our image and text overlay tools. I'll choose one of the images here, and we can create engaging audiograms from our audio-only recording and still export those in up to 4K video quality. And if we want, we can quickly format to a vertical clip for Reels and TikTok, move things around, change the size of the captions, and now we can create multiple formats of our audiograms for audio-only podcasts, also here in Riverside. If you want to learn more about all the powerful tools that Riverside has to offer, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. If you have questions, leave comments below this video. I'll answer those personally, and I have an entire walkthrough of our editor specifically. If you'd like to see all the tools we have, check out this video right here. And if you've been audio only, but now you're interested in adding video, and you'd like to have some gear recommendations and how-to setups, we have videos on that too. I'll put one of those videos right up here, and links are in the description to help you build out your video setup and start video podcasting. Thanks for watching. We can't wait to see what you create.